day 2 post ACL surgery, or I guess the day after. I don't know if it's day 2, but I just took a double dose of the pain medicine based on the doctor's clear go ahead on that. Just kind of get ahead of the pain a little bit. And since I took that about 2 hours ago, I've been able to kind of actually get some rest and not be hyper focused on the pain right now. Still just kind of sitting on the couch is kind of the best spot I found in the house for me, just because I can get up and down myself pretty easily. Whereas my bed's kind of high, so it's kind of hard to get in and out of it if I have to go to the bathroom or anything like that. So just been sitting here elevated, just woke up from like a 2-hour nap. Been eating some like fruit, had some protein drinks today, and just trying to eat somewhat healthy. I have to go grocery shopping. We're a little light on some food right now, but had some good food today so far. Not too nauseous anymore either. That's kind of gone away since this morning. I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom now and maybe attempt to straighten my legs some more or do some quad activation. Now the pain's kind of manageable at the moment, so we'll try to get ahead on that before my PT appointment tomorrow and see how I can manage with all those activities. Make sure I don't get any scar tissue buildup that prevents any range of motion or anything. Get on top of that early. So I'll update you guys after I do that and go from there. Woo-hoo. What's up, guys? It is the second morning, so I'm about almost 48 hours after surgery. It's 8:30 a.m. I have my first PT appointment at 9 a.m. here coming up. Just had a quick little breakfast sandwich, ice in my leg. I've been sleeping on the couch just because it's easier to get up and down on my own without having to have my wife help me, because the bed is a little high and it's kind of hard to get my leg up and down off that. Last night I got around 6 hours of sleep or so. So more than the first night. I kind of woke up around 3 a.m. and had a hard time falling back to sleep, but that was just, I don't know, I think just from swelling or something. Just wasn't too much of the pain per se, just the circulation in my leg was kind of bothering me because I'm getting kind of bad circulation down there. I have been taking 2 doses of the painkillers instead of just the 1, like my doctor recommended. I'll probably start to go back down to just 1 and then maybe get off those in a couple days. I'm just worried about the PT appointment being painful, so I took 2 just now. And I'm definitely feeling it a little bit, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm gonna see how the PT goes. I'm kind of anxious. I think it's gonna be a little painful if I have to do any real movements or anything right now. So far, you know, when I'm right after the painkillers kick in, I can kind of lift my leg slightly, just barely on its own. But I haven't really tried bending it at all yet, and I think I'm gonna have to try to do that today at PT. And I'll let you guys know what else we do. I might record some of it. I might just go in there without my phone and kind of give you a debrief afterwards. But yeah, so I don't know, it's like 40 hours since surgery. It's definitely better than yesterday, so that's a great sign. The pain's a lot lower than compared to yesterday. And yesterday I pretty much did nothing. I kind of just laid on the couch with my leg elevated. Iced it every hour and just stayed on top of my pain medicine, Tylenol, and the painkillers, as well as some aspirin. I take aspirin every day, just once per day. And yeah, yesterday was pretty uneventful, so let's see how the PT goes today. Maybe I'll start getting on top of doing like leg straightening and all that stuff and get that side of things rolling so I don't get too far behind on that. I have been trying to be good about keep my legs straight when I'm just sitting here resting. So I think that's not a huge issue right now, but we'll see after PT and later today how that feels, and I'll let you guys know. So, all right, see you guys. Hey guys, just got back from the PT appointment. It went pretty well, all things considered. They took off my dressing and the bandage that I had on there from the surgery. At the end, they did put another gauze back on there and wrapped it up for me. But I took that off and got a look at all the incisions and everything. It looks pretty good for, you know, what it's worth for having just had knee surgery. I'll probably put a little picture up for you guys to see here while I'm talking. As well as, so during the appointment, I was just working on activating the quad primarily. So they put a towel underneath my knee here and just had me try to push my knee down into the towel as much as I could. And when I was doing that, we could kind of tell that my quad wasn't really activating. It was more like my glutes and everything else kind of helping me push my leg down. So they put a TENS unit on, which just sends some, I think, electric pulses into the muscle to just kind of activate it. So we did that for 5 minutes, 5 seconds of contraction, 5 seconds off. And then the last 5 minutes after that, we had the unit going, and I also would push my leg down, try to get that quad working with the unit and at the same time. So that was what I did. We also worked on my range of motion for bending. So we put a little like heel slide underneath my foot and gave myself a band to kind of just help pull my leg for bending. And with that, I could like slowly get up to about 65 degrees roughly, which for the first 4 weeks, I could only go up to 90 anyways, with my meniscus being repaired. So not too far off from my max range for these first 4 weeks. And that was pretty much all we did in the appointment. I also got some homework to do at home. So just the quad sets, which is just activating that quad and pushing down into a towel underneath your knee here. And they said, you know, they could do that all day basically, and it's not an issue. That's like the gold standard, what we need to do for the first couple days here before I see them again, as well as doing some of the heel slides that I mentioned. On here they have 10 reps holding for 5 seconds and doing 2 sets of those 3 times a day. And then the last one on here was straight leg raise, which I can't really do that on my own right now. He said I could use like a band or something to kind of help raise my leg up for some assistance, but I'll probably just focus on the quad sets and get that quad really activating, because until that is firing, I can't really even do the leg raise anyways. And I'll probably work on the heel slides as well. And actually on the back there was an extra one, so hamstring stretch. So just sitting, shows a guy in a chair with a chair out in front and his leg supported by the second chair. I can put a picture up on the screen, but just kind of getting that hamstring stretched out there, it looks like. And that's just for 1 minute, two sets of that twice a day, so not too often. But the quad sets on here is 30 times, holding for 3 seconds every hour, so I gotta do that pretty frequently. The pain wasn't too bad. The TENS unit, like getting my quad firing, was a little uncomfortable, but not too bad. We didn't push it too hard. The goal was just to kind of get the quad activated, so it wasn't really to push it too hard. And now I'm probably just gonna rest for a little bit. I started icing when I got home. I got this ice pack that kind of wraps around the knee a little easier. But now with a lot of that bandage on, I can probably get the icing a little more effectively going to the knee. And I will say, like, from like here towards my knee, I can barely even like feel this. It's pretty numb still. And kind of here, I can feel it pretty well here, but from like the knee to here is pretty numb. It's kind of weird feeling. So that'll eventually come back. Also, the doctor, or the physical therapist doctor, did say that numbing was normal as well. So it's just another person reaffirming that. The numbing on my foot, sorry. So just from the lack of the muscles being used, not really having much circulation in my leg, as well as just the nerve block wearing off. So that's kind of another side effect. So all of that seemed to be pretty normal. And actually right now, my foot feels a little bit more normal after doing all those exercises. So that's good. Right now, before the PT appointment, it used to get like purple if I was just sitting here without any elevation. So that's kind of an improvement here. But yeah, I'll kind of update you guys as the day goes on. I might film my quad sets here just to show you guys throughout the day and work on some of the other exercises, but definitely the quad sets is like the main priority here. And yeah, I think I'm also gonna taper back on the pain medicine. I think I took the double dose this morning. That kind of was a little too much, I think. So I'm gonna come back down on that one and see how that goes, and I'll update you guys that later. If that's going well, or if it is causing a lot of pain now I've gone back down. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Yoop. Hey guys, it's about 4:30 p.m. on Friday, so over 48 hours since I had surgery, and I came back down on the painkillers, back down to just one pill. The pain right now is pretty manageable. It's somewhat similar to after I tore my ACL compared to a day or two ago right after surgery. That was pretty painful. Right now, just sitting here with my leg elevated slightly, getting that full extension right now. Working on that. I think it's just about completely straight, and that's got like a burning sensation, which is pretty similar to how it felt after I tore the ACL and was working on that extension. But since surgery, it's actually been pretty easy to get the full extension. It's been almost immediate, really, since after surgery. So that's a pro. That's a big plus. I'm not sure if that's from just them taking away the scar tissue during surgery, or credit to the prehab I was doing with Josh Smith from Elite Endurance Physio to get ready for the surgery and get from a good starting point. But yeah, so that's been encouraging. I've been doing a little bit of the quad sets. I haven't done any of the heel slides or anything else, just because I don't have a good like surface to slide my heel on right now. It's a little too tough right now to do it on the mat that I've been doing on it before I had surgery, so I need to kind of figure that out. I also bought a TENS unit just based on some advice from the orthopedic physical therapist that I'm seeing. So that might arrive tomorrow, and that just helps activate the quad a little bit, so I'll start adding that in. I might wait till I see the PT again though, and just kind of get them to show me how to work it. That way I'm not just throwing it on my leg and maybe doing some damage or something. So just want to be safe with that. Otherwise, yeah, I'm back down the painkillers dosage, and it's not too bad right now. It's pretty manageable. It's just kind of a burning sensation right now in the knee, but much better compared to the day of and yesterday. So yeah, I'll probably keep on doing some exercises and update you throughout the day and make sure I cover any good big milestones that happen along the way this week too. So, all right, yo. Hey guys, it's the morning of day 3, not quite 72 hours after surgery, but yeah, a little bit before that. I got about 9 hours of sleep, but it was kind of in and out because I was taking medicine every couple hours. Finally was able to get a good amount of sleep though. It wasn't best quality, but at least it was a long duration instead of being awake for a lot of the night. I ended up using our guest bedroom. It's not really fully set up yet because we just moved to the new house, and got my leg propped up here. Not as high tonight, but after PT yesterday and getting my leg moving a little bit, the circulation is a little better now, so that kind of numbness from my leg is not as big of a deal if I don't have it elevated. Like all the blood's not pulling down there like it was previously. Some tips I have for getting some good sleep after surgery. So I think the first day or two is going to be hard regardless, with the pain levels, unless you can kind of get on top of that or you just have high pain tolerance. But just finding a location that you can get up and down from yourself, that way you're not feeling trapped and the need for having someone else help you get up. So like from here, it's pretty low to the ground. I don't know if you can really tell in this clip, but I'm on like a foot off the ground, so I can kind of scoot towards the edge of the bed and then do like a squat with my left leg to get up. And it's been working pretty good. Also, last night I played some just like calming music on Spotify, and just doing that and just kind of working my breathing laying here actually been a big difference tonight. I don't know if that's just because I was really tired from not much sleep the last few nights, and the pain was a little bit down from previous nights, so it was just easier to fall asleep anyways. But doing that and just like kind of focusing on my breathing really helped tonight. My resting heart rate was still about like 67 tonight, so it's been pretty high. Usually like in the 50s for my resting heart rate, so it's really high compared to normal for me. And another thing is, by the time I wake up, my heart kind of like hurts a little bit from all like the medicine I think I'm taking without eating during the night. So I do have like some snacks here. I have like a bunch of junk here, some water, pretzels, my Tylenol and the pain medicine sitting there. But I have been good about eating every time I take the medicine at night, just because I don't feel like eating food in the middle of the night. When I wake up, just take some medicine and go back to sleep. But right now, I think that's what is causing some pain in the morning every day so far, is maybe not eating, and that's medicine's kind of hit hard on the body. So without having any food in your system, I don't know. But yep, today I can kind of feel my quad working a little bit, just a little bit. So gonna do the PT exercises today for sure. I'll update you guys throughout the day with any pain level updates, any big milestones or interesting moments. Right now, I see my pain. Just sitting here without moving yet since getting up. Maybe like a 5 or so. So it's not too bad. And I think I'm on the verge of being able to kind of almost start lifting my leg, but I think it's a little early because my quad's not really activating just yet, but I can kind of feel it like I almost want to, but it's not there yet. So we'll see if maybe by the end of the day or tomorrow I can kind of get that going. That'd be pretty exciting. Also, I know everyone talks about the mental side of things with recovery and all that for after surgery, but until you're kind of after surgery and really dealing with it, it is something you can't really quite comprehend until you hear. At least I couldn't. It is kind of a depressing couple days, the first couple days here, just because I feel so kind of useless and I can't really do much of my own, and I just feel so far away from my normal ability, and it just seems like to me really far, long way away from getting back there, just because I can't even move my leg right now. But I don't know, I guess you just gotta stay positive and stay focused on getting better. You're not gonna get better if you don't try, so you just gotta keep working on it every day, little by little, and just go from there, I guess, and see how we are in a month from now. Hopefully walking normally, able to do most exercises. That's when I can be weight bearing, so we'll see how that is a month from now. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Moose really wants to come up right now. Moosey. Bring a peace offering. Hey guys, it's over 72 hours after surgery, so day 3, however you want to look at it. Did some exercises today at home. Did some of the quad sets, just flexing the quad and trying to push down into a towel. That's pretty hard now. My quad's not really activating that well yet still. And I did some of the heel slides, which was extremely difficult today compared to yesterday at the PT appointment. Today I could get to around 50 degrees, and after like really pushing in, I was like sweating and pain. So it's definitely a lot harder today compared to yesterday. Then after that, I took my first shower since surgery, which was a little stressful at first, figuring out how to go about it because there's not really good instructions for that anywhere. So I might make a separate video, just a quick short video for that, for other people to use in the future on my channel. But once I kind of figured out what to do, it was pretty easy. It wasn't too bad. Just because I can't lift my leg on its own right now, I still had the brace on to kind of get in the shower. And I took it off and then started the shower, and then I dried off and put the brace back on. That way I could actually lift up my leg and kind of get out of the shower without bending it or anything too far out of the acceptable range of motion right now. So, been doing that today. The pain's not too bad, but the swelling has gone up, I think, today. So I just been icing it here after I did the exercise and showered, but this is how it looks today. I think it's a little bit more swollen today, which I think is kind of to be expected based on what I've heard. Yeah, it's decently more swollen. It's not huge, but it's flaring up a little bit. Might be a little bit of bruising starting too. So just gonna have to make sure I elevate my leg and keep icing frequently to get this falling down. That's gonna make it hard to get range of motion exercises going. I've also been working on the protein drinks, kind of get the protein intake up, like the prehab I was doing. And I started taking collagen with some orange juice. I'm gonna start doing that every day just to kind of get the collagen intake going. That might help with some tissue repair and all that stuff based on what I've kind of learned online. So I'll keep doing that, and hopefully that will kind of help with the recovery process. But now, after doing my first round of exercises today and showering, I'm just gonna ice it, elevate, eat some lunch, and then I guess I'll do my second set of exercises again in like an hour or two. I'm supposed to do the quad sets almost every hour, but yeah, so I might try to do that a little more often, but definitely getting the heel slides in a couple more times as well. Just make it easier over time. So the grind really starts now. It's getting pretty difficult, so definitely not easy working from this back to a normal knee. So I'll see you guys later. Yoop. What's up, guys? It's Saturday night, 9:30. About to get ready for bed here. Feeling relatively good compared to the last few days. Kind of like what I mentioned earlier in the morning clip. Today I did the heel slides once. I did my quad sets like 4 or 5 times today. Not as much as I probably should have been, but got them in there. The heel slides today, I don't have like a good way to slide my heel on my floor, so I bought something that should arrive tomorrow from Amazon. But when I was doing that earlier, my knee was pretty stiff and it hurt pretty bad. I've been pretty much locked at full extension. So going from that extreme straight, going to try to bend is really tough. That's how it was after I tore my ACL. And it's, you know, just as worse after the surgery. So it's something that I'll have to make sure I just keep on doing. Hopefully that little slide I'm gonna buy tomorrow will make it a little bit easier to kind of get going until I get some more strength and mobility back on my own. So yeah, that's not the best news for today for the PT side of things, but I'm improving. Back down to the 1 painkiller dose, and I've been doing pretty well with that. I think today the main issue has been swelling. So with my leg, I have it wrapped up right now, but I'll put a clip on here of my leg earlier after I took the bandage off. It was a little bit more swollen compared to yesterday. Not anything crazy, but definitely more swollen. So I've been trying to ice every hour. I've been pretty good about that today. Iced it every hour, or at least 20 minutes. I also took a shower for the first time today, which was a little interesting figuring out a good plan for at first. But once I kind of got a plan with my wife, we kind of figured out what to do. I also pooped for the first time today. I didn't take any stool softeners or anything, so just all natural, baby. But that was pretty good milestone after surgery. And otherwise, I took one nap today for like an hour, nothing crazy. I don't know, otherwise, you know, when I take Tylenol or the painkillers, my pain does go down noticeably. You know, towards the end of the cycles, it kind of goes up a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. The only thing that really affects is like if I'm trying to do my exercises or something like that. And I'm starting to feel like a little bit more self-control with my leg. I can kind of lift it just slightly, like just, you know, pulling my leg up by the strap here. These straps on my brace, I can pull it up and then I can kind of initiate some quad strength and get my leg lifting just slightly, just kind of help my lifting. But hopefully, you know, by the end of the week, that'll come back and get a little bit more back to normal there. Yeah, I think that's kind of it for today. Tomorrow, my goal is to do my exercises more regularly. Make sure I get those in pretty good. I've also been pretty good about keeping my leg fully straight. Right now, it's kind of a off period, but I'm icing it right now. But making sure my heel's propped up and getting that full extension, which my brace has been locked at since after PT yesterday. He went ahead and locked it out just to help me with getting around and whatnot, because it does hurt to kind of bend my leg when I'm getting up and down. So not a bad thing to have it locked, I guess. Right now, the full extension is easier than after I tore my ACL, for comparison. After I tore my ACL, it was really hard to get my leg straight. But after surgery, it's pretty much immediate. I've been able to get it straight. I think once the swelling kind of starts to build up more over the next couple days and weeks, maybe it'll be hard to maintain. Just got to keep working on the icing to get the swelling down to maintain that. I'm going to end the video here. The footage is getting a little long here. I'll break up this week into days 1 through 3 and then 4 through 7. Yeah, so if you're interested in this recovery journey, like and subscribe and follow along for the next video. Thank you guys. Bye.